I don't know if I like it that far away because I feel like ah! Oh my god, this is just becoming a bigger mess. Now again. Younger emo me would be very disappointed. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, hi, welcome. My name is Brittany Posey, and today I'm going to be taking you through this look using my very first palette I have ever owned. The OG, the firstborn, the palette that started it all. I'll be taking you through this look created by the Tarte in Bloom palette. This is my very first, this was my favorite. This was the palette that got me through so many weekends and so much fun. So if you want to see how we created this look using the very first, you know what to do. Keep watching. Go on. Hello everybody. It's kind of crappy out here in the state of Nebraska. Actually, it's just, I don't know how the rest of the state's doing, but right now it's freezing, it's raining, and the past few days have been like in the 90s and super humid. So I only have ever lived here for one full winter, so this is like my full year of living in Nebraska. And everybody kind of seems to say that the weather is just all over the place, and I get it. Starting to understand. But we're gonna start off with skincare, obviously. So I am gonna actually show you guys, I'm had a little bit more steps to my daytime skincare routine than I normally would. Normally I just have like a couple or three. I'm actually gonna have, well, one more. I'm gonna have 4 this time. And I am going to start off with the Arbonne Re9 Advanced Renewal Serum. I ran out of this for a minute and I just got it back in, and I bathe in this stuff. Like, they made bath bombs with this. Ooh, Arbonne. Full body anti-aging bath bombs? No, I practically bathe in this stuff. This is my favorite. If I go to bed without doing my Arbonne regimen, it just, something feels wrong the next morning. Like, my skin just feels dry if I don't. It's, when I do it, I wake up and everything's just like, ah. Next I'm gonna take my Tula Glow and Get It Brightening Cooling Balm and just pop it under my eyes. I usually only ever use this in the mornings or before I put on my daytime makeup, just to give it a little bit brighter of an under eye. I'm putting on the Arbonne Intensive Renewal Corrective Eye Cream, and so I just put this on right on top of it, but at night I do put this on also. So I'm in a weird mood, so it's gonna be a weird video. Just saying. And the last one is this is new. I have not owned this before this time. This is one of their newer lines. This is the Re9 Lift and Contour line. I kind of mix and match it. It really does mix and match itself with the Re9 line because it still is technically Re9 Advanced. It's just like a little bit different. But this is their lifting and contouring cream. It's their day cream. It's SPF 15. It's a very thick white in come out. It's very thick. It's very nice. A little goes a long way. Kind of almost feels like a body butter thickness to it. You don't need a whole lot. It spreads really good, again, like a body butter would. And it's almost a little bit opaque. So do a little bit at a time. Don't just like, it comes with a little scoop, so don't just like spoon it on in there, and before you know it, you have, your face looks like Edward Scissorhands. Just pale AF. If you do use a little bit too much, it's fine. It blends in eventually. Now that you have your skin nice and moisturized, we are going to move on to priming our eyelids. And of course, there's nothing else in this world that I prime my eyelids with. I am looking for a primer that has a little bit of color to it. If any of you have any ideas for me, comment down below. I want to branch out. I want to actually use a real eyeshadow primer. I have a few in mind. But if you have really great ones that have, like, you know, a little bit of a tint to it, gives it a nice canvas, you know what I mean, blank canvas, comment below. I'm looking for one. But for right now, we're gonna do this. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. If you guys don't know what Tarte Shape Tape is, if you don't know what Tarte Shape Tape is, this is a very, very, very full coverage concealer. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this on our eyelids, get a nice base going. And this is the shade Light Medium Sand. And do you like my new, like, weird little, isn't that weird? It's like, I'm not even quite sure how to start with my eyes because it kind of has like kind of has a butt, not really. So here we go. Uh-oh. Well, it definitely doesn't soak up excess product, so it gives you more of a full coverage. That's good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to soak up a little bit, but that's okay. I've never used this sponge before. Like, it does kind of take in some of the product, but not as much as I thought it was going to. I got it because it was pointy and I wanted to be able to get in here nice and good. Sorry that I keep sniffing. I noticed that in my last few videos, all I do is like rub my nose and talk, and I do it just subconsciously. Right now, my allergies are kind of freaking out. It's the change of season. This happens every year. The dumb thing is I don't even have allergies all through summer. It's just a change of season and they just flare right up and yay. So my nose is constantly itchy. So I'm really sorry if I just keep touching my face throughout this whole thing. I'm really trying not to do that. And I know I just need to just buy Claritin, but when you don't really have allergies any other time of the year, you don't think to buy that stuff. But all right, now we're gonna take a flat shader brush. We're gonna go into our Tartelette in Bloom palette. We're gonna take the flat shader. We're gonna go into Flower Child. Next, we're gonna take the Morphe M514 brush, and we're gonna be going into Smarty Pants. I think I have to get a new brush. This one's starting to like legit stab me in the eyeball every time I use it, and it's just ugh. Now, as a rule of thumb, we're gonna drop down in size because we're going more into the crease color. So we're taking the Morphe 507 brush, and we're gonna go into Jet Setter, which is right up here. The one that you can tell has been shown quite a bit of love. And we're gonna keep this right out here. If you need to push a little bit harder to find where your crease is, like my eyes are small. Watch this. There's probably somebody out there that is like, see? Touching my nose. I'm sorry. Get me out of here. We're gonna take the Morphe 321 brush. This is a little bit more dense, so I'm gonna have a little bit more control over where I put it. And we're gonna go in with Activist right here. And we're just gonna barely touch the tip in there. And we're gonna keep this right out here. I wanna get so numb, we'll be enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, we don't wanna go for this night look. We wanna go for more of a day look. I just realized I'm going like my eyebrows. I'm such a weirdo. It's alright. Weirdos for life. Any other weirdos out there, give me a hell yeah. We're gonna take the first crease brush we did again, and we're kind of just gonna blow out these edges just a little. If you need to go back into that first crease color, you can. If you're having a hard time blowing out any of the edges, just keep a really light hand. If you go a little bit too high, it's not unfixable. I'm gonna take the Morphe 522 brush. It's kind of a little bit of a larger flat shader. We're gonna go into this nice pop of foil, which is called Funny Girl. We're gonna go down here. Normally I use my finger for foils, but I've been trying to play around with more brushes to see if there's a brush out there that I possibly could like. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb, while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. Yeah, I'm just gonna dive in with my finger because it's not really paying off as much as I would like to see it. All right, we're gonna pause there. We're gonna hop over to eyebrows. All right, for brows, we're gonna be doing something a little bit differently than what I would normally do. We're gonna be taking the Brow Stylist Definer Pencil by Loreal. I have been using the Wet n Wild, but today I'm gonna change her up a little bit. Get me out of here. We're gonna go on and move into face. We're gonna use the Tula Face Filter primer they have. It's a blurring and moisturizing primer. It does change color, so don't be alarmed. Now for foundation, I am gonna be using the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation, except I do not want to use this sponge. Well, we can start off. We can try, actually. I'm going to take a smudger brush. We're gonna go into Jet Setter, that very first crease color, and we're going to keep that on the bottom, go all the way in. Buff that out a little bit with my first brush. Then we're gonna take the same smudger. We're gonna go into a little bit of Activist and a little bit of Jet Setter, and we're gonna touch it just out there. Now if you notice, I kind of flicked it a little bit because I'm gonna take winged eyeliner anyways, and so that'll kind of be like a little bit of a line we could follow. I've never actually tried it that way. I literally just impromptu did it. It's my first time ever trying it that way. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how this goes. Well, first we're gonna take concealer. We're gonna conceal our under eyes. I don't need a whole lot of coverage, so that's literally it. I usually go ahead and brighten my whole face, but it's not really necessary. I do like that I can get in the corners with this. Again, makes this look, it already is full coverage, but it makes it look very full coverage. People talk about what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't want to talk anymore. I don't even know which way to hold it. I don't think I even told you guys what this is. It's the Sonia Kashuk angled geometric blending sponge. It's nice for making crisp lines. I don't want to completely outrule it. All right, now I'm gonna take the Morphe Setting Powder in the shade Translucent, and I'm gonna set my under eyes with let's see how this puppy works now. Oh, I just dumped setting powder everywhere. It's nice for baking because you can kind of like get up in there. Can you hear the thunder? It's been thundering all day. Close this up for right now. Okay. We're gonna create a little bit of wing. I'm gonna take my Stila waterproof eyeliner. So one little extra thing I like to do, you don't have to do this, but once I finish my eyeliner, I like to go back with an angled brush and I'll go back into that mixture of Activist and Jet Setter, and I'll kind of just connect that bottom waterline to that wing, so it kind of just pulls everything. Now you're gonna wipe off that same smudger. I'm gonna go back into Jet Setter. I'm just going to go a little bit lower. I kind of like my lower lash line a little bit more predominant. All right, now we're gonna set the whole rest of our face because we let our eyes bake. So now we're going to set the whole rest of it with the same setting powder.
Just get me out of here. I can't believe you're here. Can't get any words, no.
Normally I use cream contour. That's kind of been my favorite thing lately, but I am going to use powder contour today. I haven't done it in forever. I really want to just kind of try it out again, kind of see how it goes. And so I'm going to be taking the Farrah 20FF straight brush. It's like a little flat face brush. And I'm going to be going into the e.l.f. powder contour palette. And I'm going to go into this second darkest shade here.
Exactly what it means and how it acts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any words.
This is also out of my norm. What is with me? I must just be in this mood of like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, why not? I must just be in a mood. And I'm gonna take the Farrah Cheeky End 218 brush. I'm just gonna kind of buff it out, which apparently it has some blush on it. Hold on. Oh, this isn't working out. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy blender, like eye blender. In the camera, you can see this like perfect line, but in maybe my eyesight's just horrible. And the camera's like, yeah, eyesight's terrible. That's better. It's very pronounced. Not crazy about the pronouncedness.
I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore.
Not really too happy with how pronounced all that is. It's a very, very in-depth contour. I'm just not planning on going that in-depth with it, but it serves me right. This is what happens. This is why you try new things, because you learn what you like and you learn what you don't. So I am going to dull it down a little bit with the Hula Benefit Bronzer. Maybe I can kind of power it down a little. Not quite. That did jack all. So I'm gonna wipe this off and we're gonna do this one more time. So give me a minute. Just give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to take cream contour because the last thing looked horrible. I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Foundation Stick Cream Contour in the shade Mink. And with this, if you haven't used it before, you want to put it where you want it. I always like to take a small angled brush and kind of just press it up and move it where I want it, and then you blend out. This stuff dries very quickly, so unless you want it to look patchy, just do it instantly.
How did we end up here in the corner looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't want to talk anymore. I want to get
Yeah, we're gonna set our contour with the same exact setting powder we used earlier. Now we're gonna take the Hula Benefit Bronzer. Jeez, that was a process. For blush, I'm gonna be using the Milani Wild Rose blush in the shade 13. And for lashes, we're gonna be doing something a little bit thicker than I'm normally used to. This is the Ardel 3D Fox Mink Lashes, 854. I have never tried this kind, so I'm gonna pop these on and we're gonna see how they look. It has a little bit of a thicker band, which honestly just makes me a little nervous, so I'm kind of intrigued to see how these are gonna look. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Now that they're on, I like them. They're very large, very voluminous, very, very cute. I mean, they look cute. I just don't know if there's something I would wear out when I need them to stay on all night. I don't know if this would be that first grab. I do like them. I do think they're very, very pretty, but I don't know if I would gravitate towards them. Maybe I need to use them a couple more times. Maybe I need to shorten them just a little bit. I did trim them twice. I had to reapply them twice. And they're still just, it's this inner corner is just, it's so predominant. I think I just need to make them a tiny bit shorter. Except I don't want it to be like, here's where my fake eyelashes started. Here's the rest of the eyelashes. So I'm just gonna leave them. Maybe it'll get better once I put mascara on. So I'm gonna connect the lashes. I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Superfan mascara. All right, we're gonna take the Wander Beauty Clear Brow Gel. I'm just gonna fluff up these a little bit. It is clear, so it's not gonna give me any color, and that's fine. I don't really care to have the color right now. We're gonna take our Too Faced Candlelight Glow highlighter and we're gonna pop it on.
I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies.
All right, now I'm gonna take the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Babe Alert. It's like this really nice pink. This is really, really matte, so I'm going to take the Belle and Argent lip gloss. I don't even know what shade this is. It's just, it was sent to me and it never had a shade on it, so I'm going to pop that right in the center. Now we're going to set our face with the Laura Geller Spackling Mist. This is a very, very fine formula. It comes out so fine and it smells so good. All right, everybody, that's it for this video. This is my look created from the Tarte In Bloom palette. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just remember, I tried a whole bunch of new things in this video that I normally wouldn't do. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to do a technique a little differently. Something you normally just wouldn't gravitate to, because you never know, you might actually like it. You might actually prefer it that way. But thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and have a good day. Bye.
When you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew.